We did get clarification. It's going to be best of 5 for both finals should it come to 2 matches. Of course, if Blue Laguna wins the first best of 5, then they've won the tournament. They're set to go. If Welcome to EU wins the first best of 5, then we will go on to the second one to determine the grand finals winner.
Yep, and of course there's going to be a lot of... Yeah, Min'14 is expressing some concern for it, but as far as I'm being told, that's what we're going to be doing. Obviously, he has some conflict with that decision, though.
Yeah, we're just making absolutely sure of the exact tournament structure we're using here. I believe it is one best of 5. I believe it's both best of 5s. Or both matches are best of 5 is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Blue Laguna has not dropped a match this tournament yet. So the reason for that second game, at the very least, is to allow them basically afford them the same chance to lose once that everyone else in this tournament has gotten to this point. Welcome to EU lost once versus Waiting for Dampening earlier on. They fought back through, beat Waiting for Dampening in the losers bracket semifinals to move on to the grand finals here, but they did have that one match lost. Blue Laguna hasn't so much as dropped a map this entire tournament. They've won every single game that they've played. So we just do have to make sure that we're fair to everybody and allow them that opportunity to drop down below. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we have everything set up properly the way that it should be. Make sure that we're following the tournament rules properly as we set up these last few matches here.
Yep, I'm just still talking to Min'14 here briefly to make sure his team is ready to go. Obviously had some concerns. Okay, he is going to be ready, so I'm just going to be clarifying that the LSD2 is ready as well.
Yep. I am definitely very excited for these matches. I see there's a lot of concern. I can understand it as well. There's a lot of concern that LSD versus LSD2 is going to be really super long matches, and I don't necessarily think that's going to be the case here. Other than Waiting for Dampening, Blue Laguna is the only team so far that has killed an opposing teammate or team member in the opener. Eskitch can just put out so much damage in a hurry if he gets those right shooting stars procs at the very start. So.
Yep, definitely that Celestial alignment cooldown, along with whatever racial he decides to go with. I'm going to just have to make sure what race Eskitch is running with here. I think he's going to be running with that Night Elf. Yeah, he likes the Shadow Meld. He likes Laguna having that double trinket as well as the stone form for his Shaman. So he's going to be sticking to his guns on the Night Elf Druid. There's not going to be any explosive troll haste racials with that. Both teams deciding to play Alliance here in the grand finals. A lot of money on the line here for either team. Obviously, they both want first, but someone has to lose. So we're going to have to see how they handle this. Symbiosis being given to Z-Pi, so he's going to have that Solar Beam available. Definitely a good choice, but I don't know. I think that Min'14 is a possible swap target. We're going to have to see which team decides to go on who. It's definitely going to be a lot of dot damage. Both teams taking an incredible amount of pressure, I would imagine. So the game is going to be starting here. The first match of the grand finals. The gates are opening. We're going to be moving in here. Who's going to be the aggressor? Both teams getting their gateways down right away. But Eskitch just opening with those Trents. Let's see if he's going to be very aggressive here. The Cyclone getting locked there, I believe, or sorry, Z-Pi getting locked there. The Celestial Alignment is going to be blown, though, by Eskitch. He's going to be doing a lot of damage. The Solar Beam onto Walrix. He's going to be disengaging in. The procs are flying. The entire LSD here is in a lot of pressure, but a full clone onto Eskitch and a Hex onto Looney. Nice cross CC. He's not going to be able to dispel that. Red Hot in a lot of trouble here. A Shadow Fury onto Looney, but Z-Pi dipping incredibly low here. Full Cyclone onto Walrix on his Demon Soul. Really nice Cyclone there, but a really amazing Tranquility by Min'14. Going to be able to pick up his team with that Heart of the Wild. And MCS there onto Z-Pi is going to be able to not get any more Lava Bursts off. Looney into a full Cyclone, though. Eskitch and Red Hot in a lot of danger. MCS bash onto Red Hot into a Solar Beam. He's not able to port. He's not able to LOS. He might just go down here. Eskitch getting interrupted onto that Cyclone. 100,000 HP here. Looney needs to pick him up, but he gets put into the half clone. Eskitch is just desperately staying behind this pillar, trying to pick his team up. Disorienting Roar, but it's going to break to the full dots on the LSD. Walrix in that full fear. The Heart of the Wild still available for Doomson. He's going to be running around in that cat form, though. Eskitch, as he gets put into the full Cyclone. I think we're going to see a little bit of a lull lull here as Red Hot, though, pops his Demon Soul. The dots are flying out from both teams here. As Skitch, again, in that calf form, he's on Doomson. He's connecting fairly hard here, but Minpoke getting that full clone, realizing, or sorry, that clone out there, he realizing how much trouble he's really in. But Looney, on the back foot here, he's getting MCS behind a pillar. He gets the Unleash off, but he's put into the Shadow Fury Solar Beam. As I say that, though, Z-Pi 100,000 HP, the Sham Rage, Nature's Guardian, Ironbark, and Cenarian Word are popped.
Yeah, this is definitely very aggressive back and forth match. This is not at all the super defensive LSD play that we've seen in a lot of previous matches. The Welcome to EU right now dipping much lower on health. Minpoke actually taking a bunch of damage. He's going to have to heal himself back up over here. Silence goes out onto Walrix, and it's going to fade off here. No trinkets used yet, actually. There hasn't been a ton in the way of major cooldowns, so I feel like even though Welcome to EU is pretty low on health, there's the Bark Skin coming out for Minpoke. Even though they're kind of low on health, they're not in too much danger at the moment, although that burst can happen at any given moment. Walrix actually dipping pretty low here. A couple of Star Surge procs, and he would be absolutely screwed. So Minpoke's got a lot of work to do. He needs to be able to top his team back off.
Z-Pi taking a Star Surge crit there. Nature's Guardian was proc. Sham Rage should be available, but he's dipping incredibly low. Sham Rage is not available. Minpoke as well dipping incredibly low. Walrix in that full fear, he's not going to be able to peel. Minpoke into the Shadow Fury, he might just go down right now. 80,000 HP, fully dotted. He's going to mine a Verstalk, but at the same time, Z-Pi 100,000 HP with that Sham Rage. Minpoke just really struggling to pick his team back up here. He gets the Cenarian Ward onto Z-Pi, though. He should be able to pick him up. Walrix trying to reverse the aggression with his own Demon Soul. But both teams fully dotted. A clone on that Demon Soul, and Walrix also low HP. He's going to clone a lot of the Hots from Minpoke, but Red Hot taking a lot of Lava Burst damage. A Skitch into that full Cyclone. Red Hot dipping incredibly low here. He's put into the full Bash. He cannot port. The Bash is fading. He's going to be at 100,000 HP though, but the entire LSD dipping to about half HP. Minpoke choosing to blink into the middle of the map. The healing cooldowns, are they enough? 50,000 HP, 28,000 HP. Will he go down? And he does.
Wow, so much damage coming out of Welcome to EU. They're just able to keep so much pressure on Walrix, excuse me, on, sorry. They were able to keep so much pressure on Red Hot for that whole entire time there. So it was just absolutely ridiculous. Even though they felt like they were on the back foot that entire time with their health dipping so low, and with Minpoke having to work so hard to keep everybody topped off. They're actually going to take the very first game that Blue Laguna has lost in this entire tournament.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they necessarily got caught off guard there a little bit. Obviously, Laguna maybe feeling a little bit more invincible than he actually was in the situation he was in, because it definitely felt like Looney and his Skitch were going to be the more pressured targets, and that Dark Regen just it wasn't enough. So he went down to that. No Heart of the Wild was available to heal him from his Skitch, and Looney was in the half DR'd clone. So they're going to go down, the LSD2 that is, giving the advantage to the LSD of Minpoke, Walrix, and Z-Pi. So they're going to be getting the lead here in the grand finals. I'm just going to be getting a map choice here. We'll be moving on here in this best of 5. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning into the ProGameX tournament. We really appreciate your support here for the WoW esports community. Yeah, so we're just going to be waiting here for the map selection from the LSD2, consisting of Laguna on that Affliction Warlock, a Skitch on that Balanced Druid, and Looney as well on the Resto Shaman. We're just going to take a moment here. They do select the map, so I'm going to be queuing them up very shortly here. We will be moving on to the next round of this best of 5. Between this LSD and LSD2. Let's decide which is the best here right now. And yep.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you were saying that they may have just been caught off balance there for a second, because typically in these matches, the Warlock is like the last target you really want to go after. I mean, obviously, if you can kill them, you should kill them, but the preferred target is usually going to be the Shaman or the Druid, just because the Warlock just has such high health usually, and some really, really good defensive cooldowns. So I feel like maybe he just wasn't expecting to take that much damage, and be just for them to go on him quite so hard.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was a miscommunication and getting caught off guard there. Hopefully they're going to be able to clean that up and not let that happen once again. It would be a shame, obviously. Just to clarify, Jamie XO is, in fact, Z-Pi. Walrix is Walrix. Thank God. Walrix is Walrix. We can rely on Walrix to be Walrix. And Minpoke is actually playing with the name Doomson Cutie, just to clarify. So it's not Doomson. It's not Jamie. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. It is Minpoke and Z-Pi. playing that LSD. And we're going to be moving into the second round of the grand finals of the Pro Game X tournament here. Let's see if the LSD2 can clean up a bit of their defensive play there near the end, not get caught off guard, and keep their pressure up, because they did have a lot of pressure. But the game's going to be starting here in 3, 2, 1. Let's see who's going to be the aggressors. Both Warlocks obviously want to get their gateways down. They're probably going to take the boxes, though. But Celestial Alignment basically being popped from the open here with the Starfall. The Skitch is going to be doing a lot of damage as a result. But a nice solar beam from both sides on the enemy healers. A Skitch into a full clone on his cooldowns. Unfortunately, an MCS onto Red Hot. A full Hex on the Looney gets dispelled instantly by a Skitch. Nice dispel by him. But Heart of the Wild actually being blown right away from Mimpoike. He's really nervous of that opening damage, being very respectful to the Boomkin cooldowns. But Healing Tide Totem as well coming down. Walrus taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to port back here behind the box. The LSD definitely maybe on the back foot here, choosing to turtle a little bit. But a Shadow Fury onto Looney. They're going to pop Rakes onto him with Heart of the Wild. Mimpoike going in for the kill here on Looney a bit. But as I say, that Demon Soul from Walrix is going to be doing a lot of damage as well. That nice big heal from Looney there. He's going to be able to pick up himself. Howl of Terror on Mimpoike is taking quite a bit of damage. There's no stun available for him, though, I believe. So he's going to be okay just healing up back here. Using that travel form mobility to get out of the roots, of course. But the LSD2 now rotting incredibly hard. To about half HP again. He seems to be the target of choice for the LSD. He's in a lot of danger. A triple Shadow Fury onto Looney and Red Hot into a clone out of that. But Zeepai gets cloned as well on the Iron Bark. He's going to swap the clone over to Walrix. Walrix instantly unbound, willing that, noticing that there was no UA, so he's going to avoid that silence. Red Hot has to use his healing cooldowns. Good use of the healing cooldowns early there. He's not going to get caught off guard this time. But Zeepai is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, definitely. This is going very, very back and forth at the moment. Zeepai taking a whole lot of damage over here. He's going to try and get use this little center line of sight here to be able to heal up a little bit. Or, excuse me, no, he's actually just staying aggressive. Sitting out here in the open is very, very risky. I'm not sure quite how I feel about that, but he's doing what he can to be able to keep up the pressure against Blue Laguna. I feel like they know that pressure is really, really super important. Like Skitch actually taking a bunch of damage. He's going to get healed back up over here. And then Zeepai still out there. He's in the full clone now. He's going to go ahead and sit through that whole thing. No, excuse me, he doesn't even have his trinket available, so he's going to go ahead and sit through that whole thing. That's fine. I feel like he's at least relatively stable at the moment. He's
Ending resolve coming from a Skitch there, realizing the AoE pressure is real. A bash onto Red Hot. He's going to trinket that instantly, realizing how much trouble he's actually in. He's going to port out Looney popping the Ascendance, but he gets cloned on that. He has his trinket available, but he's choosing to sit in it. A Shadow Fury onto Red Hot. Unfortunately, it's DR'd. Looney coming out of the Cyclone now. He should be able to pick up Red Hot shortly here. An MCS on a Walrix on that Fear, I believe, and then he's tossed into a Fear from Red Hot, but a full clone onto a Skitch, so he's not going to be able to get any damage rolling from that. I believe Walrix, in fact, popping his Demon Soul. Yes, his Demon Soul is rolling. He's going to be doing a lot of damage here. As soon as the dots start rolling, we're going to see start seeing a lot of rot from both teams. The Red Hot with his Demon Soul as well. Fully dotted, the entire LSD is. Looney choosing to dispel a UA, but he's going to get Howl of Terror. He's not going to be able to Tremor because of that silence effect, forcing the Barkskin out of a Skitch. A Hex on Looney. Hopefully he's going to get Decurse. He does get Decurse. As I say that, though, Zeepai's in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to Thunderstorm for mana there. Skitch, though, getting Lava Bursted, dipping to about 200,000 HP. Looney in a full clone. He's going to have to trinket that, I believe. Minor Ursock and Heart of the Wild used there by a Skitch. As I say that, though, Walrix dipping incredibly low, 250,000 HP. Mimpoike just not able to pick his team back up right now. All of them completely dotted. They're trying to fall back to this pillar. Hopefully he's going to be able to save them here because they're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we definitely, they're dipping super, super low, but we saw that in the last game as well, where they would be sitting, not really comfortably, but I don't really know a better word for that, at around 300,000 health, and just staying there for most of the match, and they were still able to take the win. So I feel like even though Welcome to EU's health is typically lower, they're not in as much danger as it might seem, but like I've said before, as Skitch, if he gets those Star Surge procs, and there's a nice big Star Surge actually going out on Zeepai right there, he can do a whole lot of damage in a hurry, especially with like if a Haunt comes up from Red Hot as well. So definitely a dangerous situation to allow them to sit that low. And looks like Mimpoike has gone ahead and topped his team back off. Looney, the only one that's really taking any damage at the moment, and he's actually just running around in the middle, feeling incredibly happy about life.
Looney getting put into that Shadow Fury Fear, though. Skitch in a full clone as well. They're using a lot of crowd control right now, the LSD that is. But Zeepai dipping incredibly low here. He gets MCS. He won't be able to Sham Rage. I don't think he's going to need to. But Demon Souls are coming out from Red Hot, I believe. A lot of damage coming out. He's going to get MCS, though. Choosing to go aggressive here may be a mistake. He's going to have to fall back. He should not get caught off guard here. Zeepai popping that Sham Rage. He's incredibly low as well. Will Minpoke be able to pick him up here? He's going to get the Tranquility behind the waterfall. Really nice use of that Spirit Walker's Grace on that Tranquility. Unfortunately, Walrix is going to get cloned, so he's not going to benefit from the full healing effect from that. But Zeepai pushing it aggressively in here. He gets fully cloned, though. The LSD2 definitely on the defensive now, pulling back behind their pillar. They're going to be gating away to the steps here. Red Hot, that is. He wants to be in the open. He wants to get his dots rolling. A nice cap totem onto Walrix into a full fear. They're going to switch the fear, though, over to Minpoke. No tremor totem available. They're swapping onto Minpoke, though, really incredibly hard there. A lot of Star Surges were flying. He should be okay, though. The Soul of the Forest clone coming onto Red Hot. He's going to trinket that immediately. But Walrix, I believe, here, he gets fully cloned on his Demon Soul. He's going to trinket that. He wants to go aggressive, but he's at half HP here. He lands the Halter on the Looney. He's going to tremor that immediately, but he's going to re-fear. Nice killing the tremor totem there. He's going to Shadow Fear him out of that fear. But as I say, that Zeepai dipping incredibly low. The Star Surges are coming out. Shamanistic Rage is not available. He's choosing to pillar back here. He gets a full hex on the Looney. Looney's kind of in a bit of trouble here as well. The hex breaks to damage, but Sham Rage still not available. It's going to come up right now. Looney, he's both teams just dipping incredibly low. Dampening is playing a factor here at 6 minutes into the game. Doomson Minpoke dispelling a UA, maybe at an inopportune time. He's going to get swapped to here, but there's no more dots on him. He should be okay. We're going to see a bit of a lull in the fight right now as both teams are able to stabilize.
Yeah, I feel like Minpoke dispelling those UAs as much as he can is actually not a bad idea. There is just dispelled another one, but it's just going to limit so much of the damage that he's been having such a hard time with actually keeping up with. If he can keep those dots off, even if it's a UA, he dispels it, he takes a little bit of damage, he gets silenced for a second. As long as his team isn't in a terrible position at the time, it's probably okay. There's a full Cyclone coming out onto Red Hot there. Skitch actually taking a little bit of damage here, looking like he might be in a little bit of trouble, but no, he's going to be totally fine out there. Actually sending out the Typhoon, trying to knock somebody down to the lower level. There's been a couple of good knockbacks from both teams in this matchup so far. Even though there's no melee, they don't have to run all the way around as much. It's still really, really frustrating to get knocked down there as a range. So that's something definitely to keep an eye on.
Looney choosing to pop the Ascendance there. He's going to be able to pick his team back up. Nice offensive clone onto Zeepai. Hopefully he's going to be able to switch that over to Minpoke. But Walrix choosing to pop that Demon Soul. He's going to get his dots rolling here. Skitch in a lot of trouble. The Solar Beam coming out, though. Zeepai as well in a lot of trouble. Skitch into the full clone, though. A bash on the Looney. Looney might just go down right now. Heart of the Wild not being used, but Doomson wants to participate in this kill in cat form. The Spirit Link is forced. The entire LSD2 is rotting so incredibly hard. A nice Root Solar Beam onto the Ascendance of Zeepai. It's going to limit his Lava Burst damage here. He's going to have to Lightning Bolt, which he doesn't want to do. But Zeepai is completely out of mana here. We're going to have to see if that plays a factor. But Red Hot dipping incredibly low. He gets dispelled of all the dots by Looney. He should be okay, but instantly reapplied with Haunt. Red Hot's not out of the woods. He's in a lot of trouble. Dampening is very high right now. Full clone onto Looney has no trinket available. Red Hot might just go down right now. Full clone onto Walrix. Rake Doomson with that Heart of the Wild participating in the kill on Red Hot. He doesn't think he's going to get it, so he clones him low HP. Red Hot going to trinket that immediately. Looney pressing the Unleash heal, but unfortunately healing himself. I'm not sure if Red Hot's going to be out of the woods here. He's going to gate out to safety, hopefully. And MCS cap totem onto Walrix. Going to be locking him down by a Skitch into the full clone. That Starfall just really getting negated here. But Dampening starting to stack incredibly high here at 8 minutes. Both teams in a lot of danger. Zeepai has no Shamanistic Rage available. Innervate at full mana here by Doomson. He should be able to pick up Zeepai, I believe, here, but Looney at the same time, Nature's Guardian proccing a full clone on Red Hot. He's going to unbound will that, but it's going to put a lot of pressure onto Looney to top him off later. Halter onto Zeepai. He's not going to Tremor Toad on that. He wants to save it. He's going to Tremor the Fear onto Minpoke, but it's out of range. Minpoke is going to sit that full fear now. He's on the back foot. Looney taking a lot of damage as well. Both teams rotting incredibly hard here. Looney might just go down now. He has no Spirit Link available. The Stone Form coming out, 90,000 HP. A Skitch in a full clone. He's not going to be able to save him right there. Zeepai in a lot of trouble with that Shamanistic Rage popped.
Yeah, there's so much damage on either side. Walrix in trouble. Looney seems to be recovering for the most part, but he's now into that Haloterra, full Haloterra on all three of them on the Blue Laguna team. Looney's in so much trouble. Let go down right there. Just barely staying alive. 50,000 hit points, and no, there he goes. Down goes Looney. And welcome to EU. I don't think they can quite. I don't think Blue Laguna can quite hope for a cross kill here. It's looking like Welcome to EU will in fact take this second game.
Yeah, the LSD only needs to take one more match here. to win this first best of 5 and then move into the second chance for the LSD2. But I definitely feel like the LSD2 is under a lot more pressure than they were the first time that these teams. Actually, I'm not sure if these teams met yet.
They haven't actually. This is the first that Welcome to EU is facing off against Blue Laguna, so it seems like they may have the answer to the question of how do you kill this LSD2.
Yeah, I definitely think the. Sorry, my voice is actually dying.
It's all good.
The advantage is being shown in the LSD's favor, at least the way that they're playing right now. But I'm going to be getting the map choice once again from the LSD2 to decide the final game here for them before they have to move into the last best of 5, their second chance. Hopefully they don't need that, but they're going to have to pull off the win train here, the comeback train with a 3 in a row if they want to do this.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be basically Welcome to EU has more or less even the playing field at this point. They've got to take one more match, and then it will move on to the second best of 5, in which will be the grand finals. If Blue Laguna can come back and take 3 games like back to back right now, then they can still win these finals and not move on to the second best of 5, which would be a sort of like almost like a losers bracket grand final sort of thing. Is the way that that works out. But if they do take those 3 games, they will still win. These are two teams battling it out over another 300 euros. Right now, the second place, both of these teams, excuse me, are going to make money off of this. 600 euros for second place, 900 euros for first place. But it looks like the game is starting up here again. So let's jump into this next game.
Yeah, and it's going to be played on TOURNEY Arena. Again, there's not really any specific advantage to either team on any map, I feel. They both have the same toolkit available, generally speaking. Tremor Totem, Grounding Totem, Cyclone, Spheres, Gateway, everything is basically mirrored. Aside from the off healing and the hybrid utility, that's where the variance is a little bit there. So there's not really a map advantage I would give to any team in this matchup. So picking Tolvaron, maybe it's just a comfort map, maybe it's a map that they're used to playing on, or they've had success against the LSD. So choosing to pick Tolvaron here, I don't necessarily give an advantage to either team, but this is the last chance for Blue Laguna to pull this comeback train off. They need to get 3 wins in a row, or they're going to have to go to the second chance, and going to the second chance is very risky. They don't want to have to do that. But the game is going to be starting here now. Let's see how aggressive Zipai is going to be. He's already pushing up here, but a Solar Beam, I believe, being popped out onto Walrix there. He's not going to be able to get his dots rolling just early enough here. A Root Solar Beam onto Looney as well from Zipai. The Hex on the Looney out of that. It's not getting dispelled just yet. It's going to get dispelled now. Full Clone onto Red Hot. Looney choosing to dispel the dots off, so he's going to be UA silenced. Zipai pushing it very aggressively. So is Minpoike. He's going to get that Rake Up. He's going to clone Zipai low HP there. He's going to trinket immediately. That Nature's Guardian proccing right away. Zipai is in a lot of trouble here. Minpoike's gonna have to pick him up here. He's got full hots on him, but is it enough? And as I say that, the Barkskin is forced from a skitch, and they're gonna swap it up into Minpoike. He's gonna have to pull back here. He's taking a lot of damage. Go back to his mushroom. Reconsider pushing in here.
Yeah, definitely back and forth damage so far, and Looney actually looking in a little bit of trouble there for just a second. He does use the Stone Form and trying to top himself back off. He does get feared there. Does not look like he has a Tremor Totem available. There is finally now broken, taking a whole lot of damage here. Skitch taking a little bit of damage as well. Red Hot in a full Hex. Looney in trouble, getting a Howl of Terror. He's going to have to try and top himself back off here. Welcome to EU actually looking like they're just in solid form in this particular match. Looney dipping super low, down to 100k. Going to be able to top himself back off a little bit here as that healing stream totem starts to fall off, but this team is definitely looking like they're in trouble.
Yeah, the Heart of the Wild coming from a skitch. He's doing a lot of damage to Minpoike in cat form right now, dipping to about 140,000 HP. Will he be okay? The Barkskin is not available for him. I imagine he would be. The Soul of the Forest clone coming onto his skitch right there. He should be okay, picking himself up behind here, but the dots are doing a lot of pressure. Realizing that Zipai is trying his best to push in and get aggression rolling while they chase Minpoike around. A skitch is not in a lot of danger right now. He still has that Heart of the Wild. Have to gate out. He took an incredible amount of damage there. Minpoike choosing to Displacer Beast after him. He should be able to pick him up, but Looney in a lot of trouble. He's MCS with the Haunt on him. Nature's Guardian is proc. Heart of the Wild is faded from his skitch. He's into the Cap Totem, a full fear on him. Minpoike though, and a Howl of Terror as well. The Spirit Link is forced. Both teams taking such an incredible amount of damage. A Hex being thrown out there onto Z-Pi, so he's not going to be able to get those Lava Bursts rolling. Minpoke not going to dispel that. He doesn't want to risk the UA dispel because he is the target that Haunt applied to him. He's going to be taking a lot of dot damage. Nice Root Beam onto Walrick's Demon Soul there. Going to lock down his ability to dot. But Z-Pi completely out of mana here. I'm not sure how relevant that is in this situation from so much healing, but a bash coming out onto Looney. He's taking a lot of damage, but a full clone onto Walrick's. Z-Pi dipping incredibly low here. Shamanistic is available. I'd imagine he's going to have to press it here soon. Nice Thunderstorm. It's going to give him quite a bit of mana, but a Skitch to be incredibly low as well. Barkskin is forced 150,000 HP. He might just go down. Might of Ursoc is popped. He's going to get full clone though by Minpoke there. Nice Tranquility once again with that Spirit Walker's Grace from Minpoke. He's going to be able to pick up his team very easily with that. But the entire LSD2 now is on the back foot. They're dipping up to about half HP. Can they recover is the question. Looney has no trinket available at this time, so if they can push in with any sort of CC as they are with the MCS, he might just go down. He should be okay for now behind the pillar, sparing those healing surges, but his mana is starting to look incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, Welcome to EU is playing this incredibly well. Minpoke's mana is just super high at this particular moment. Looney is just starving for mana at this point. Not really starving, he's still got a decent amount, but he needs to be really, really careful with his mana if he wants to keep this going. He's actually using the Earth Shield on himself instead of that Water Shield, so that's going to hurt his mana quite a bit. Looks like he dropped a Cap Totem, but it didn't actually go off, or maybe that was from Z-Pi instead. I didn't actually see. Skitch taking a little bit of damage. Looney now in a full clone. Skitch might be in trouble out over here. He's been bashed over here, sitting there taking a whole bunch of damage. Looks like he is going to be able to recover from that a little bit. I think he got a rejuve off on himself before that started, so that'll help that a little bit. Z-Pi starting to take a little bit of damage here. Red Hot now in a full clone. Z-Pi now in a full clone as well, just cloning back and forth here, trying to keep him from being able to top off, while Rick's taking a bunch of damage. He seems to be mostly okay, and actually they're switching over onto Minpoke, taking a bunch of damage over here. He's going to try and get that Cyclone out, and he does not. Looney, though, in trouble as well. This is just so much damage going out in so many different directions. It's kind of hard to keep up with all of it. As Skitch taking a little bit, trying to do as best as he can to stay out here and keep that pressure going. He drops down the beam, but is not able to get the root inside of it. So that's gonna hurt him a little bit, wasting that beam like that. And yeah. Doomson's, or excuse me, Minpoke taking damage as well.
Yeah, both teams kind of just biding their time here, just throwing some dots around, dampening, not kicking in yet, just yet. But I would definitely think that Minpoke in this full fear, Celestial Alignment being popped by a Skitch, he's going to do a lot of damage here. Let's see if he can get some lucky procs, but he gets full feared on it with Looney and a Hex. Again, nice cross CC from the LSD, definitely doing what they need to lock down the damage cooldowns. Z-Pi realizing that a Skitch is out of that fear, he's going to use the Sham Rage, but nice offensive clone on him, low HP. He's not going to be able to get topped off just yet by Minpoke. I believe he's going to be able to, though. An MCS onto Z-Pi there. A lot of roots being thrown out onto the entire LSD, though. But a bash on Red Hot. Red Hot's in a lot of trouble. He's going to gate out of there, reposition on the other side of the map. He realizes how much danger he's in, but at the same time, Z-Pi dipping to about 200,000 HP. Doomson using that Innervate, but he's going to get cloned on the Innervate, choosing to trinket that right away. Throwing an NS clone onto his Skitch, which he's going to trinket, but it's going to be instantly recloned. Looney in a lot of trouble. That Nature's Guardian proccing. The Battle Master is up for him, but at the same time, Red Hot dipping incredibly low, as well as a Skitch. If this LSD can keep the pressure up, it's definitely going to be beneficial for them. But the Star Surges are flying at Minpoke. He's going to have to play defensively here behind a pillar without Mushroom, so excellent decision making by him to go defensive. Red Hot kind of in a bit of danger here. He's kind of pushing in, but a Solar Beam onto, I believe, Walrick's there, and a Z-Pi. Z-Pi taking a lot of damage, though. The Shamanistic Rage is used by him. He should be okay with full hots here, and a Cyclone onto Red Hot's going to guarantee that. Oh, but a nice offensive clone on the Iron Bargain scenario where Z-Pi is not going to benefit from that. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to recover from it. An MCS on the Red Hot. Looney choosing to dispel UA. He's going to plop down that Windwalk Totem. He needs the mobility, but Healing Tide is well coming down from him. He really needs to pick up his team. Z-Pi in a lot of trouble. Shadow Fear on him. Minpoke. Z-Pi might just go down right now. 100,000 HP. He pops that Spirit Walker's Grace for healing. Is it enough, though? 50,000 HP. Spamming those healing surges. The Nature's Guardian just coming off cooldown. It's going to save him for now. He's throwing that Solar Beam out himself with that Symbiosis. Nice Stampeding Roar. Ascendance is popped by Looney, though. He's going to be able to pick his team up. Will he, though? He's in the full bash. He's choosing not to trinket. Maybe a mistake. The Nature's Guardian proccing. He's in a lot of trouble. He's going to trinket the MCS, but into a Howl of Terror. Doomson going in for the kill in that cat form. He lands the half TR main. Will he go down right now? A Skitch is trying his hardest. The Link is forced. Triple Shadow Fury, though, onto the entire LSD, and Walrus into a full fear as a result. But a Solar Beam onto Z-Pi. He's going to move out of that, though. Unfortunately, not going to be rooted, but Minpoke into a full clone. Shamanistic Rage not off cooldown for 10 seconds. The Star Surges are coming in. Shamanistic Rage just coming off cooldown now. He's going to get that off. He's going to tremor the fear. Nice tremor by Z-Pi there, but he's still not out of the woods. Red Hot into a full clone. Nice, another offensive clone on that Sham Rage. Really good clones from Skitch this game.
Yeah, they're doing absolutely incredibly with that, making sure that they limit the effectiveness of all the defensive cooldowns that they can. Every time he Sham Rages, it seems like he's getting cloned and not able to be topped off inside that Sham Rage. So basically just negates the cooldown entirely. It's really, really good play to watch here. Looney taking a little bit of damage. He's going to be over here. Actually pops the stone form there for a second, trying to heal himself up. Gets feared. He's going to come over here out of line of sight, though. It's a fortunate direction for him to run with that fear. Skitch takes a little bit of damage, but he's otherwise just sort of content to sit out here in the open and try to put out as much damage as he can. They haven't really been doing too much to him in this battle, which has allowed him to be kind of aggressive, a little over-aggressive. Actually, out of Moonkin form there for a second. Allowed him to be a little bit over-aggressive. I'm not sure why he's just sitting out of Moonkin form. Maybe he just didn't feel it was necessary.
He's using the Heart of the Wild Cap form right now. He's got Rakes rolling onto Minpoike and Z-Pi right now. The Iron Bargain Sonaring Word forced onto Z-Pi here. He's not going to have that available for himself. He's going to Displacer Beast out, possibly Gate here. Again, nice Spirit Walker's Grace Tranquility behind the pillar. It's going to pick his team up because dampening is starting to play a factor. We're 8 minutes into this game, so it's going to be stacking up quite a bit. We're going to have to see the pressure rolling back here because both teams dipping incredibly low. He tries to Shadow Meld clone there. He's going to get it off onto his Skitch, but MCS and a Z-Pi, a fear onto Minpoike. He cannot tremor that right now. He's going to tremor that late, though. A lot of damage onto Z-Pi, though. A full clone onto Minpoike. He's going to trigger that immediately, realizing how much danger Z-Pi is in. But a Shadow Fury, he might just go down here. He's going to trigger that Thunderstorm for some mana, possibly Healing Surge behind the pillar. But as I say that, a full clone onto Red Hot. Looney in a lot of trouble. Nature's Guardian is procced. Minpoike, although dipping to a half HP, not full dotted. A nice offensive clone again, but Looney might just go down. There's so much damage. Does he have Spirit Link available? He might have to press it here. Red Hot in a lot of danger as well. He has the healing cooldowns available to him, but nice clone onto a Skitch. He's not going to be able to off-heal or finish off Z-Pi at this moment in time. Minpoike just coming out of that clone right now. Will he be able to save his team? A nice Shadow Fury, Howl of Terror gets tremored instantly by Looney. Grounding Tone him down as well, but Z-Pi not out of the woods. That Iron Bargain Sonaring Word on him. He's dipping incredibly low, even though that's up on him. Dampening definitely playing a factor now, but his Skitch getting Lava Bursted incredibly hard. He's going to have to Might of Ursock, a full fear onto Looney, but at the same time, Minpoike in a lot of danger here. He gets Shadow Fury behind a pillar. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to reconnect here, though. A Howl of Terror onto Minpoike. Z-Pi might just go down right now. Shamanistic Rage is not available. He's putting the Grounding Totem down. He's going to have to spam heal back here, but at the same time, Minpoike is rotting. Red Hot's rotting. And Skitch is rotting. Both teams just going back and forth here. Minpoike is definitely doing amazing on mana. He's definitely really mana efficient this game, but Looney as well, maintaining a decent amount of mana. Skitch might just go down here, though. 80,000 HP. Looney in the full clone. No trinket available. Will he go down? The Haunt is up. A Skitch into the full bash. He's not going to be able to off-heal. Red Hot just spamming those fears, desperately trying to keep a Skitch alive, but a nice offensive clone and Hex on a Looney. He's not going to be able to decurse that. They're switching the clone over to Red Hot. He's going to unbound will that, but now Looney's going to have to heal 2 people up. The Flame Shocks are on both Red Hot and Skitch. Either one of them could go down at this moment in time. The Tranquility coming out here again, once again from a Skitch. It should be able to pick up his team. Walrix, although in a lot of trouble here, is getting dotted up. But Demon Soul being popped, I believe, here from Walrix. He wants to get something done here. A clone on a Skitch, though. He's not going to be getting anything rolling just now, but Red Hot in a lot of danger again. He's getting caught off guard here. Maybe he's not going to get the healing cooldowns off. He's in quite a lot of danger. He's completely alone back here. Skitch trying to come back here and convene with him to heal him up, but Looney just not able to connect and heal him. He's getting fear spammed in the middle of the map, and MCS on him. Minpoike definitely the kill target here for the LSD2, but both teams in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone is still alive at this point. We are past the 10-minute mark. Dampening is stacking up so high. This healing, you can see, is just not enough to keep up with the amount of damage that's going out. Looney actually dispelling UA there. Very dangerous this late in the match, but looks like it may have worked out for him as he's limited the damage going out quite a bit. Red Hot over here, sitting behind this pillar, trying to heal up. He does get stunned, dropping incredibly low, down to about 100k health there for a second, dipping even lower, and it might just go down, and he does. Red Hot has fallen as finally Welcome to EU is able to take this 3-0. I don't think there's much chance for a cross kill here at this point. It's looking like that's going to be a 3-0 in the first best of 5 for Welcome to EU, the first match, first series that Blue Laguna has actually dropped this entire tournament.
Yeah, definitely a good position to start from. Definitely going to be feeling confident, obviously. Minpoike's team is going to be coming off that 3-0 is a great starting place for them to feel good. Obviously showing that they're capable of overcoming what I thought would have been a disadvantage. So they're obviously, they have their strategy nailed down. Whenever they want to hex Looney when they're in trouble, they always clone a Skitch. They make sure he can't dispel the hex every single time that's cross CC'd. They don't screw it up, and that's why they're able to recover in those moments where they're really far behind and it feels like they could just die at any moment.
Yeah, for sure. So we are going to move into a second best of five for these grand finals here. Taking a look really quickly here at the brackets yet again, just to show what we're doing here. Welcome to EU was a team that actually did get knocked down to the lower bracket. They got knocked down there by Waiting for Dampening, who they then came back and beat in the losers bracket semifinals. And now they have gone up against Blue Laguna, beat them 3-0. We're going to have one more best of five here just to make sure that we're crowning the absolute best grand finals champions here, the final victors of the ProGameX May tournament for 2014. It's a 3-0, but it felt like there were so many points where Blue Laguna in that matchup could have taken the win just as easily.
Yeah, and I'm just clarifying with both teams that they're ready to go. Appears that May'14 does need to buy more water, obviously, going through that, very thirsty against the rot pressure of the LSD2.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for Blue Laguna's team as well to be ready. Obviously, they're going to be talking that out. Getting clean sweeped is definitely not a good feeling. They're going to go into the second chance best of five, so it's definitely a bit of a mental thing here, possibly. I'm not saying they have it at all. They might just be quite happy and rosy, but coming off from winning every single game and then losing 3 in a row is definitely something you're going to have to communicate and overcome here, because they don't want to lose. They want to win. Yeah. They've been playing well the entire tournament as well as the previous tournament, so they do not want to lose here. They do not want to lose now, so obviously they're going to need some time to think, but they are telling me they're ready as I say that. So we're going to be moving on to the second best of five here very shortly, starting once again on the Grand Arena. Of course, Blue Laguna's team of the LSD2, Looney on Resto Shaman, Looney on Resto Shaman, Laguna on Warlock, and a Skitch on the Balanced Druid, going against Welcome to EU, Poike on the Resto Druid, Walrix on the Warlock, and Zeeply on the Elemental Shaman. I'm just going to be queuing them up here very shortly. They're both ready. Just plug in their names.
Yeah, and as the LSD2 here, as Blue Laguna, what do you do in this position? Because you've just lost 3 matches in a row to this team. They're the first 3 matches that you lost in the entire tournament. Obviously, what you've been doing up until this point has been working incredibly well to make it to the winner's bracket, all the way through the winner's bracket into the grand finals. Now you're up against this team that seems to be doing what you do, but just slightly better against you. Like, what sort of changes can you actually make at that point? I'm honestly not sure.
Yeah. Myself, I've played quite a bit of LSD2 on ladder, and what it's really coming down to is a Skitch is not connecting with his Celestial Alignment. Obviously, it's a very long cooldown, being 3 minutes. Every time he presses it, he's getting NS cloned or feared instantly, and the LSD is playing defensively. They're recognizing that, they're acknowledging it, and they're not letting him get ahead, so he's going to have to find some way around that. Definitely the Heart of the Wild cat form is applying a lot of pressure, but I feel like he's got to nail that Celestial Alignment. He needs to get the Star Surge procs rolling with that and not let himself get locked down. So maybe a bit of communication with Laguna to counterspell the fear when he wants to go hard, or to counterspell the clone as a blanket to prevent the NS. Something needs to be done, because he has to connect with those cooldowns to pull off a kill.
Yeah, for sure. So we are just about to start the first match of the last best of five of this tournament. Whoever ends up taking this best of five will be going home with the €900 prize. Second place, not too bad either, €600. Still quite a bit of money to be able to take home. But here we go, 3, 2, 1, and the match has begun. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys choose to actually come out here. Both a Skitch and Zeeply have been playing super defensively. Apologies, I'm having a little bit of trouble with my keybinds here. I have to flip those around. But let's see what they end up having to do here. Already a little bit of damage coming out on Welcome to EU. Zeeply taking a bit of damage over here. Gets caught in a fear. He's going to tremor that. Gets Shadow Fury behind the pillar over here. Looney might be in trouble as well, though. Taking a bunch of damage over here. I have no idea what's going on with my keybinds at the moment, so I apologize for that. But Looney taking a whole bunch of damage, may be in trouble. We'll have to see what ends up happening here.
Nice offensive clone on that Nature's Guardian and Aura Mastery heal. He's not going to be able to benefit from that for very much longer. Both Heart of the Wild's being used by both Druids, though, so we're going to see a lot of healing from a Skitch as well as a lot of damage from Mpoike. So we're going to have to see how they're going to be able to get that off. Zeeply choosing to play very defensively at this moment in time, staying behind the pillar. But a Skitch and Looney into the full half tear. Red Hot and a Skitch rotting very hard though. He's going to tremor that actually very late. Maim onto Minpoike unfortunately wasn't full, so it's going to end very shortly here. Ascendance coming out from Zeepai though. He wants to turn something around there. Unfortunately, he's getting feared a lot. He does get dispelled on it. He's going to get the Lava Burst rolling, but he's going to get Solar Beamed on that. Nice Solar Beam to lock down that Ascendance. Zeepai realizing that he's counterspell is going to use that Stone Form. He cannot use Shamanistic Rage, but a Hex landed onto Laguna. I'm not sure though. With double decurse, that might have not been the best decision. Minpoike into the full clone though. Zeepai in a lot of trouble here. He has Shamanistic Rage available. Choosing not to press that, he realizes that he's not in a lot of danger. He's going to tremor that Halterra instantly. A Skitch as well, trinketing that full clone. Triple Shadow Fear on the LSD, but Looney taking an incredible amount of damage. He's put into the bash the Battlemaster used. He's not able to get that Unleash heal off. He really needs to. But Minpoike into a full fear. No Tremor Totem available. Zeepai in a lot of trouble here. But the Lava Surge procs are real. He's going to be hucking those out at Looney still. But a Skitch doing a good job defensively, healing him up. But Zeepai, he gets full cloned here, but he did not Shamanistic Rage, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. He's going to have that available. As I say that, Minpoike taking a lot of damage. He might just go down. The Star Surge proc is real. He's going to have to Might of Ursoc there, about 50k HP, I believe. Minpoike in a lot of trouble there. Zeepai into the Howl of Terror. He's getting procced on 200,000 HP. He might just go down right now. 190,000. Minpoike dispelling UAs gets put into a fear. Zeepai getting cloned onto that Shamanistic Rage once again. Nice offensive clone, but a Hex onto Laguna, which is going to sit full, unfortunately for him. Walrick's popping those healing cooldowns. He doesn't want to be a hindrance to his team by being low HP in the middle of the map, but he's got his Demon Soul rolling, but Zeepai at the same time taking an incredible amount of damage. He's going to get cloned once again. Zeepai actually trinketing a 1-second clone, realizing the Spirit Walker's Great Tranquility was up, I guess, but Looney has to Spirit Link. The damage is just rolling back and forth on both of these teams. Red Hot using those healing cooldowns as well. Looney in that full cycle, and he's not going to be able to pick him up, so he definitely needed that dark regen. A Skitch as well dipping. The LSD is definitely flipping the pressure around, but a full clone onto Zeepai is going to lock down that aggression. Minpoike dispelling UA once again, though. He's dipping to about half HP as a result. He's going to Cenarian Ward himself, though. Should be able to pick himself back up. Good mushroom positioning from him. It's going to be able to keep his whole team alive.
Yeah, Looney actually got a couple of sips of water there in the midst of that. I don't know how he actually got out of the Wizard Bolts flying around him all over the place. Looney actually taking a little bit of damage here now. It seems like the Blue Laguna team may have figured out a little bit more of how to put the pressure onto this LSD. We've definitely seen a lot of very scary moments for them so far, but at one point Looney as well was like super low. I think he had like 5,000 hit points at one point right before he dropped that Spirit Link. Red Hot actually taking a little bit of damage, pushing out here. I apologize. Red Hot actually taking a bunch of damage out over here, doing a little bit of. I'm not actually sure. It's like they've all sort of backed off at this. I apologize. My keybinds are flipping out on me at the moment, so it's making this a little bit difficult.
We see a full Hex onto Laguna. Once again, he's going to sit that. Looney dispelling UA into a full clone, so he's a possible swap target out of that if Minpoike can land that bash. I don't think he's going to be able to. He's put into the full fear. At the same time, he's going to have to Ironbark himself. Zeepai into a full clone. He has no trinket available for that, but a Blanket Silence onto a Skitch. Red Hot into a full cycle. He's not going to be able to get those dots rolling. At the same time, Walrick's getting cloned on his Demon Soul, so both of these Warlocks just getting shut down by the opposing Druids very well. And as I say that, Looney dispels the UA. He's going to take a lot of damage as a result. A Skitch in that Cyclone, a Howl of Terror onto Looney. He's choosing not to Tremor. He might not have it available to him. He does not have it available for 30 more seconds, but a lot of rot pressure being applied by the LSD here. Another full clone onto Zeepai. He does have his trinket available, but he's choosing not to trinket at this time, realizing that his team is not in danger. Red Hot, though, dipping to about half HP. A Blanket CS onto Looney on his Unleash. A Haunt as well. He's in a lot of trouble here. Healing Tide being thrown down by Zeepai, though. He wants to push in here. He wants to push in for the kill, so he's dropping that Healing Tide aggressively. He's dropping the Solar Beam. The Stone Form in Nature's Guardian is forced from Looney. He's taking an incredible amount of damage. He might just go down. At the same time, Zeepai taking an incredible amount of damage. He's going to pop the Stone from there, and a full clone onto Minpoike, though. He's not out of the woods. He's completely out of mana. He cannot heal himself. So, and then he gets full clone onto his Nature's Guardian there, so he's going to choose to trinket that. A Solar Beam coming out onto Walrick's. He's not going to be able to spam those spheres, but the root does break. He's going to get out of that. But at the same time, Walrick's dipping incredibly low. He might have to use his Dark Regen here, being very greedy with it, dipping to about 250,000 HP. Minpoike dispelling once again another UA. At the same time, Looney does. So both healers do not want their teams dotted. But Zeepai is dipping incredibly low here. The Star Surges are flying in. 200,000 HP. The Trent Root's also being applied. He's not going to be able to run away. So he's rooted in the middle of the map, just getting procced on a little bit here. Looney in the full Hex, and once again, that Hex and Clone once at the same time, so they cannot dispel each other or Tremor. Laguna in a lot of trouble here, though, dipping to about half HP. He's not fully dotted, though. He should be okay. Min'14 here in the middle of the map, trying to get a clone out here. He's not going to be able to get that clone. Zeepai getting blanket silenced here. He's trying to do a lot of work here with that Stormlash totem, though. He's just not able to finish anyone off at this time. And as I say that, he throws the Solar Beam down, not very successfully, though. He's going to get full clone on the Shamanistic Rage as well as Nature's Guardian, so it's going to negate a lot of that defensive utility, as well as his Skitch into the full Shadow Fury Fear. Looney with the Unleash. He's going to be able to pick his team up with that, I think, but Red Hot in a full Cyclone.
Yeah, definitely some more back and forth action here. Damage just going out from all sides. Zeepai seems to just be constantly the favored target here from Blue Laguna. They want to try and get that kill on him, and as well they should. Skitch taking a whole bunch of damage, though. Does get into a full clone, sitting at about 200,000 health. He has the Bark Skin up, but the Cyclone is still active, so he's not going to get quite as much out of that. It looks like he's going to be able to recover, though, and dip back over here. We are now at about 6.5 minutes into this, so dampening is starting to stack. Looney actually taking quite a bit of damage there. Is going to be able to top himself back up, though. There's a short fear. He's going to tremor that. Red Hot starting to look a little bit scary at his hit points as well, but Min'14 actually taking a bunch of damage. Getting caught over here in the roots. He's going to try and get out of line of sight, dipping down super low. He's going to have to Might of Ursak, and he may still be able to recover this, but he may still be in trouble. So much damage coming out on Min'14 at this point.
Yeah, Heart of the Wild being used by a Skitch there defensively and offensively, but once again, nice Tranquility with that Spirit Walker's Grace. He's going to be able to top his team back off, but Zeepai getting cloned there. He's going to trick it instantly. His Shamanistic Rage is available. He gets put into the Shadow Fury. Choosing not to Sham Rage here, though, because Looney's in so much trouble. Min'14 going in for the kill once again with that Heart of the Wild Rake. A full Hex onto Looney. It's going to break the damage. He's taking an incredible amount of damage right now. Dampening is very high. Into the Bash, Red Hot not able to peel for him just yet. Zeepai also dipping incredibly low. He has that Shamanistic Rage available, though. I believe Looney using that Stormlash Totem now, so they want to go hard. Yes, a Skitch has his Trinket proc, so does Red Hot. They want to be turning it around. As you can see, the pressure is real on the LSD, all at about half HP. Again, the Celestial Alignment coming from the Skitch here. Can he connect, though? He's not being CC'd on it. Min'14's in a lot of trouble. He's going to use that Battle Master Trinket behind a pillar, but is that enough? Walrick's getting swapped too. Zeepai also taking an incredible amount of damage. There's no Tranquility available. Skitch might just be able to take Zeepai down right now. 170,000 HP. Dampening is very high. Min'14 going to dispel those dots off, though. He should be okay for now. Walrick's doing the best job he can to spread pressure as much as he can, but his entire team just dipping so incredibly low right now. 100,000 HP on Min'14. Looney dispelling UA once again with that Unleash. He should be able to pick himself back up after that. The Nature's Guardian proccing once again from Zeepai. He doesn't have that Nature's Guardian available. He might just go down. 70,000 HP. The Star Surges come in, and he's going to go down. So the LSD2 able to reverse the losing streak there for a while. Maybe the comeback train is real.
Yeah, they definitely played that match a lot better, I think. There were certainly moments, there was twice that Looney dipped down to about 5,000 health and was able to bring himself back up. But otherwise, they seemed to be a lot more in control this time around. I don't know if it was just a better cooldown usage. They definitely had more situations where a Skitch was able to just sit there with that Celestial Alignment and it basically, as you might have said, PvE it earlier. To just stand there and spam Wrath and do a whole bunch of damage. So definitely looking really, really improved in that particular matchup from the LSD2.
Yeah, and like I was saying, that Celestial Alignment is so important. A Skitch realizing the Tranquility wasn't available and also had his Trinket available if he did get crowd controlled at that moment in time. So he had everything prepared for that, which was much better than the previous series. So he was able to, you could see the pressure difference when he was able to connect with those cooldowns, and there was no counter defensive for it. I'm just getting their names once again so we can move into the second game of this final best of 5. But I am getting a lot of messages here. I just want to make sure. Okay, not important. So just going to move on here, get their names once again plugged in, and we'll be moving on to the second match, which will be played on Runes of Lordaeron. That is the LSD's map choice. They feel they have the advantage here. So we're going to be moving into that right away. No breaks. PvP must go on.
All fights, all the time, everywhere. Yeah, so definitely looking a little bit more like it was looking like Welcome to EU was going to be able to just take this whole thing really easily, but after that last match, it may not be the case. We might see It's hard to call it a comeback, but it certainly in this particular matchup would be between these two teams.
Yeah, I definitely thought it felt a little bit more grim though in that first series. It felt like the LSD2, even though they had the pressure, they just weren't able to knock them over. They would get them incredibly low, lots and lots and lots of times, just not able to get that last little push off the cliff to push them into that dead zone, obviously. But they were able to pull it off in that last series, saving that Celestial Alignment to a peak moment in dampening when there was no Shamanistic Rage and no Tranquility available. So it was just an excellent use of the offensive cooldowns there when nothing was available for the LSD, and they weren't able to recover.
Yeah, just to give a real quick update for everybody who may not have been following on for this entire series, as this match starts here, Red Hot is Lagyna. He's playing under the name Red Hot. On the Welcome to EU side, the character playing as Doomsin is Minpoike, and the character playing as Jamie is Zipai. And looks like we may have
a
an
technical issue.
Yep, we're gonna
and
have
obviously before the 45-second mark, so it's gonna be a replay here. Maybe something wrong with their UI or setup. Maybe they forgot some water or something. Gonna just check with them. Okay, yep, just an issue there, a minor issue.
Yep, so
they do have it resolved though.
Again.
They do have it resolved, so we're going to be jumping back in.
Yep, we'll get this started up here again in just a second and get back into these matches. Definitely worth, if you have any sort of issue at all, even if it's just so much as I accidentally dragged a button off of my bar or something, like at the start of these matches with this much money on the line, it's definitely worth it to say, oh, it's too early, let's go ahead and start this again, and get a reset on this if there's any sort of anything going on that's wrong. But it sounds like they are able to resolve it.
Yep, they're able to resolve it. They're ready to go. I'm just going to be queuing them up once again into Runes of Lordaeron. We're able to start the second game of the last best of 5 of the ProGameX Invitationals of May 31st and June 1st. Obviously, I don't know if I should call it the May tournament anymore now that it's June. But we're going to be moving forward. The issues should be resolved now, and we can start the rest of the series. Is the comeback train real? Obviously, the LSD2 coming from a very tragic 3-0 in the first best of 5. Can they overcome any sort of negative thoughts they might have? Obviously playing very well in that first game, so it must not be getting to them. The nerves are not there. They're playing incredibly well. Let's see if they can do it again. They're going up against one of the best LSDs in the world, consisting of Minpoike, Walrix, and Zipai, and as well on the LSD2, Lunia on Resto Shaman, Lagyna on Warlock, and a Skitch on that Balance Druid.
Yep. So this match is just about to start again here. We'll see how aggressive these guys want to be. Particularly on this map, it can be kind of difficult as either where do you put the gateway? Most of the time it's put down right at the entrance, and that looks like what both teams are doing is putting that gateway down right at the start here. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. No. Walrix is actually going to put down his gateway to counter theirs. So that's going to be an interesting thing. We'll have to see how that plays out. They will be able to follow them through that gate should they take it. Walrix now getting caught in the root beam over here, but doesn't look like it's going to cause too much of an issue. He does have his Dark Soul up, and he's going to be spreading as many dots as possible. Zipai in a full hex there for a second does get out of that. And it looks like Welcome to EU already taking a whole bunch of damage. Zipai already in kind of a little bit of trouble over here, dipping down below 200k. Very, very risky.
Yeah, Skitch, the entire LSD2 used every offensive cooldown there. But Lumi into the full bash, he might just go down. It's going to end into the MCS, but at the same time, Zipai and Minpoike taking a lot of damage. That Heart of the Wild very defensively from both sides. They need that extra healing, as well as the extra Catform damage. That Tranquility getting off from Minpoike, though, he's not going to get interrupted on that, which is incredibly bad for the LSD2. He's going to be able to recover quite well as a result. As Skitch taking quite a lot of damage, he's going to be able to use this Tomb to his advantage, and LOS as he's applying full dots to the entire LSD once again. But a Shadow Fury is landed onto Walrix. At the same time, Zipai taking a lot of damage. He's going to get that Grounding Totem down with the Stone Form up. He should be okay for now. Minpoike also taking a lot of damage with that Haunt on him, of course. But Demon Soul coming out from Red Hot. He wants to go. He wants to end the game. And he might just be able to. Minpoike dipping incredibly low there. He's going to be able to top himself off there with the Soul of the Forest. Shamrage now fading, though. A Skitch coming out of a full clone. But a full fear under a Lagyna. He gets, breaks the damage. So an MCS on a Luni, though. Luni might just go down there. He's taking an incredible amount of damage. He's got to get back to the pillar. At the same time, Zeepai getting cloned, quite low HP though. Minpoke into that full fear. It's going to break to damage as well. The entire LSD and LSD2 both taking an incredible amount of damage. Barskin is forced from a skitch, so he should be okay as it stands right now. Looney choosing to dispel all the dots, going to negate a lot of that forward pressure. But a solar beam being thrown out here. Let's see what they can get done with it. Looney into a full hex. Unfortunately, no clone onto a skitch, so he's going to be able to dispel that, but the link forced regardless.
He actually trinketed that hex really super late too, into a fear. Just barely got that spirit link out. It was almost a kill there for him. As Kitch actually taking a ton of damage. Does have to Might of Ursak. He comes over here. He pops the shield wall as well. So lots of cooldowns being used by him to stay alive. Looks like Minpoke is starting to take a little bit of damage as well as Zeepai. Once again, it seems like Zeepai is definitely the target of choice for Blue Laguna. They're doing as much as they can to try and be able to take him down. There's the Howl of Terror. It's going to send Walrix off running. Zeepai now getting into a full clone, full hex onto Walrix as well. We'll see if Minpoke is going to be able to top him back off. No, Minpoke gets into a clone. He does trinket that right away. Zeepai in a whole lot of trouble. Does not have much of anything in the way of defensive cooldowns. I don't know. He does now have his Shamanistic Rage. Looks like it just fell off. I'm actually not sure. But he's just hurting really bad right now. Does try to get the Cyclone out. Does get the Cyclone out on to Red Hot there. It's going to slow down the damage a little bit and allow Minpoke some time to try and recover here. He's going to actually take the gateway, get back out here to the middle, and try to heal up a little bit.
Yeah, Demon Soul coming out from both Warlocks here. They really want to get damage rolling, but nice MCS on a Walrus going to lock a lot of that damage down. But a Solar Beam coming out onto a Skitch, I believe, but he's fully cloned. Looney in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to LOS back here. He procs Nature's Guardian. He's got the Spirit Walker's Grace up. He should be able to pick himself up just okay. And as I say that, the entire LSD is just rotting so hard. Then Poke dispelling UA there, but at the same time, Looney taking a lot of damage. Looney dipping. He's going to pick himself up there. And what an incredible heal with that Battle Master's Trinket. And Poke not dotted. There's no dots on the LSD. They need to get that pressure rolling again. Walrus into the full fear though. A Cyclone being thrown out to a Skitch, but a Skitch actually managed to Shadow Meld it. Really good play by him. Looney, although dipping to about half HP, should be able to pick himself up. There's not a lot of dots on him right now. But again, we're kind of going into that low moment, but a full clone onto Looney has no trinket available. Can they get anything rolling onto Red Hot or a Skitch right now? A Hex out of that. A Skitch should be able to dispel it, and he does. A clone thrown onto Zeepai, realizing that how much trouble he's in. But a Skitch choosing to go aggressive here with his Starfall. He wants to get something rolling, but the damage is just not sinking in quite yet. And Poke dipping to about half HP at the start. Just are flying in now. The Starfires are being PV'd in. Zeepai in a lot of trouble here. At the same time, Looney in a full bash. He might just go down. He comes onto the bash. He should be able to pick himself up. A Skitch trying to juke that Wind Shear right now. He does juke the Wind Shear. Unfortunately, he gets Shadow Feared on it. Looney has to gate into the room, but he's gated and he's feared. The Nature's Guardian is proc. A Skitch into full clone. He's not going to be able to help Looney. Looney doesn't need the help though. He's going to be able to pick himself back up with all that Riptides and Earth Shields and the Nature's Guardian coming off cooldown. But a full clone onto Red Hot on his Demon Soul. He's going to trick at that. He wants his pressure to get rolling, so he cannot sit in any crowd control that gets applied to him. But Looney now into a full clone, choosing to sit this, realizing that Laguna's not in a lot of danger. He's got a lot of LOS options, but switching that clone over to a Skitch. Minpoke doing a great job getting these clones out under all of this pressure. But now a full fear onto a Skitch is going to break the damage. I believe Stormlash Totem being thrown here by Looney though. No, Windwalk Totem. Full Howl Terror not getting tremored. I don't think it's available. But a full clone onto a Red Hot, a Hex and Bash overlapped onto Looney. He's not going to be able to heal as a result, but Nature's Guardian coming off cooldown once again. It's going to save his life for now. But Minpoke, a lot of Star Surge just flying at him. He's dispelling UA once again. Will he go down? I don't think there's a lot of follow-up to just push him over.
Yeah, this is so many just tense moments back and forth, and both teams are doing a great job of recovering in all these scary situations where somebody dips super low and looks like they might actually go down, but someone is still able to top them back off. So these teams are both playing their comps absolutely brilliantly right now. Just really, really fun to watch. Looney taking a little bit of damage over here. He's going to be able to heal himself back up and hide behind this pillar. He's going to get feared, but he's going to go ahead and sit through that. Excuse me, he doesn't have his Tremor Totem available, so he's going to get feared way out into the open here. This actually could be kind of dangerous for him. Doesn't look like...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Red Hot into that full clone. Spirit Walker's Grace coming out from Looney. He should be able to pick himself up. He has no dots on him at this time. Choosing to LOS in this little cubby. He's going to be able to save his team. A nice clone onto Zeepai and a nice fear onto Walrix. They're going to both sit in that CC. But there's no dots. The LSD2 needs to get their damage rolling once again. I believe dampening is starting to play a factor here. We're 6.5 minutes into this game. Starfall coming out from a Skitch. He wants to get stuff rolling. He's going to Solar Beam onto a Zeepai there. He's taking quite a lot of damage. But Looney into the Howl Terror in the room. He's very far away from his team. In the Shadow Shadow Fury now. He needs to try and reconnect, but he's into a half TR Fear. It's going to break the damage. The Unleash comes out. He should be able to save Laguna at this time. But at the same time, as I say that, Zeepai taking a lot of damage, but there's no dots on him. Looney is just dipping constantly, half HP to 200k, just over and over. But as I say that, Walrick's taking a lot of damage. The Iron Bracket Snaring Ward going onto him. He should be okay with that, with his healing cooldowns, but he gets a cloned on it. Beautiful offensive clone by a Skitch on all of those defensive abilities. But now we see the LSD starting to rot. Walrick's trying to turn it around, I believe, with his engineering gloves and Demon Soul. He's going to get something going here. Both teams taking quite a lot of damage at this point. Looney dipping to about half HP. The Star Surge just flying in, though. Minpoke dipping to about 130,000 HP. They're going to gate out there. A Skitch popping that Heart of the Wild Cat form once again onto Minpoke. He's dipping to about half HP. That bleed damage is taking quite hard. The Stormlash Storm is thrown down as well by Zeepai, so he wants to try and counter the aggression, but Barkskin and Heart of the Wild are available. I don't think it's going to work. Laguna dipping to about half HP, is fully dotted now. Iron Bracket Snaring Ward are just fading off Zeepai now, so maybe they can turn this around, but the Heart of the Wild Spirit Walker's Grace from Minpoke, so he's going to be doing a lot of healing with that 25% increase, but Red Hot dipping incredibly low here. Possibly have to Spirit Link. He's going to pop that Stone Form in the Solar Beam, but Red Hot is going to go down. He's not going to be able to get the Spirit Link off.
Wow, so much damage in such a big... I don't think they were ready for that. That was just all of a sudden Red Hot falls down. There was the beam there, so maybe he just was not able to react to it. It looked like he was trying to come in for a Spirit Link, but just was not able to get that Spirit Link down, and Red Hot paid for it. He falls down, so that's going to take us to a 1-1 in this final best of 5.
Yep.
Someone is really excited about that. All right, so yeah, that takes us to 1-1 in these finals here. Welcome to EU. Seems like I almost feel like they got kind of a lucky kill there. Like, I don't want to discount. They're very, very good at the game. Don't get me wrong, but it feels like that was just a situation where Blue Laguna just wasn't ready for the amount of burst that comes out. Like, there was a whole bunch of, maybe it was just a lot of lava burst procs or something. I'm not sure exactly what led to that, but just all of a sudden, Red Hot just dipped so suddenly and just up and fell, and there wasn't anything that they could really do about that. Or maybe there was, but they just didn't. They were not able to react in time. So very scary match, a scary finish to that. The amount of burst that they're capable of to just be able to push him down so fast.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for... okay. Okay, so the LSD2 deciding that they want to play on Blades Edge Arena. It feels like we haven't played on this map in so long.
Yeah, I'm
trying to figure out if we've even played a game on Blades Edge Arena yet.
I can't think of one that we've played on that so far, so... I
can't.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
This is the first game of the entire tournament that's going to be played on Blades Edge Arena. Obviously a very hated map, or unfavorable one, but we're going to finally see it here in the last best of 5. We are tied up 1-1 here between this LSD2 and LSD. We're going to decide which is the better comp right here. Right now, who's going to take the fame and the glory and the money, obviously. We're moving into this game right away. No breaks, no stopping. Got to keep this train going. We have to see who wins.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting choice in this matchup. I'm curious to see if they're going to try to play on the bridge, or I've seen a lot of LSD comps actually try to take it underneath and see how well they do down there. It can be a little bit better for trying to deal with the... there's just so much more to use line of sight down underneath the bridge down there. So it'll be interesting to see. Also, the gateway placement is going to be another one. Just there's so many choices. Do you try to put it across the bridge, or do you try to put it underneath? It's a little bit more of a defensive play to put it underneath, because if you do get knocked down, and there are knockbacks on both sides, you can take that to get to a little bit more safe of a location if you do get knocked down. But most of the time, if you're knocked down, I guess it's just primarily as a defensive move more than anything. So
yeah. And I had a mistake there. There are no professions on the tournament realm. For some reason, I mistook the mastery buff from the shaman with the same icon for that. So my mistake. There are no professions on the tournament realm. That was a stupid mistake. My apologies for that. But we're going to see Zeepai pushing in very aggressively here. Already getting rooted and fully dotted by a Skitch. A Skitch choosing to pop that Celestial Alignment. He's going to have a lot of damage rolling if he's not CC'd. Nice clone, though. Like I was saying, he's going to get CC'd on that Celestial Alignment. He's not going to be able to connect with it. As I say that, both Demon Souls being popped. There's going to be a lot of damage rolling out here from both sides. But Walrick's, Walrick's choosing to push in aggressively. Both gateways, of course, on top of the bridge right now. Very interesting positioning, though. Zipai down below with a skitch, but at the same time, Mimpoike on top of the bridge, trying to heal them up with the LOS of the bridge up top. So there's a lot of variety here. Choosing to jump down now, though, to save his team. Looney in a lot of trouble, dipping to about 200,000 HP. Going to be able to pick himself up with that NS heal. Starfall coming out from his skitch with the Star Surge procs. Will he be able to connect? At the same time, he's taking a lot of damage. LOSing with this ramp. He wants to take the Z-axis advantage up here on the ramp, but he gets put into the full bash with a clone onto Looney. An MCS on the Red Hot, a full Hex on the Looney. Will it get decursed? It's Kitchen in a lot of trouble. He does decurse it, so he's going to be okay for now. A full Fear onto Mimpoke with that Heart of the Wild up, but Stormlash Totem coming down from Zipai. He wants to get aggressive here, but he's going to have to pop that Stone Form and Nature's Guardian procs.
Yeah, he's taking a whole lot of damage, Zipai over here, taking a whole lot of damage, trying to get some Chain Lightnings out to be able to get up his Fulmination stacks. I don't know if that's really the best thing right now. Because Minpoke is in so much damage, excuse me, in so much trouble at the moment. Does look like it's going to be okay, though. I feel like Zipai could be healing himself up a little bit right now, but he's just staying aggressive. It may not be the best idea right now. He's coming out around here. Does look like he's going to be able to get top back off, though. Looney actually in a whole bunch of trouble as well, although he's got just a ton of hit points right now. He's at half health, but it's still 400,000. So much health on this guy at this moment in time. So really just, yet again, that sort of LSD playstyle of poking in when you feel like you can do a whole bunch of damage and then trying to fall back and heal yourself back up afterwards.
Yeah, Skitch actually is in a Heart of the Wild Tranquility, which was a really deciding factor on Looney being able to survive earlier. There's just a bit of a lull in damage here. Both teams kind of taking very awkward positions on this map. Zipai down below right now. Skitch choosing to pursue him finally, but Mimpoike into a full Fear. That Heart of the Wild still available for a Skitch, but Mimpoike just getting feared around in circles. He got to Displacer Beast to catch up, but Looney taking a lot of damage. Nature's Guardian is procced. The Hex breaks instantly to damage. Zipai, although getting cloned, very low HP. He did not use the Shamanistic Rage, though. We're going to have to see what happens here. Demon Soul coming out. A nice Solar Beam onto Zipai there to peel for Looney. Looney able to dispel the dots off himself, but Red Hot into a full Cyclone. Mimpoike at the same time taking a lot of damage. Zipai just getting feared around in circles right now. He's doing the smart decision of saving his Tremor Totem for his healer, though. Looney into that Shadow Fairy with Haunt. He's going to take a lot of damage here. A Solar Beam over top of it. He could go down here. 20,000 HP. He's gonna get the Link off this time. He's not going to get greedy. He's not going to risk anything. He gets the Link down, but he's not out of the woods. That full clone on his Zipai is his saving grace. But Looney into the full clone now. A Skitch getting swapped to quite hard here. 200,000 HP. The Lava Burst come out. He's going to have to might have Ursock. Zipai just throwing out so much damage on him. The Bark's going to up as well. And Poike just doing a very good job healing with these ramps and pillars down below. Avoiding a lot of crowd control for a long time now. But Celestial Alignment and Starfall being blown from a Skitch, a Hex onto Laguna. Not able to get dispelled quite yet. A Skitch choosing not to dispel that. But Zipai taking a lot of damage from the Celestial Alignment, dipping to about 150,000 HP. Will he go down? No, he won't. Iron Barks and Iron Word coming out onto him. He should be alright. But another offensive clone by a Skitch onto that defensive cooldown, negating the benefit from that. But Looney's in a full Fear right now, taking a lot of damage. A Blanket CS onto Mimpoke is not able to avoid that Fear, but it's going to break the damage. As I say that, Looney taking a lot of damage in that MCS. He's going to use the Stone Form. No Link is available. No Heart of the Wild is available. Will Looney be okay?
Yeah, it looks like he may be able to survive through this, just barely. Not too much damage actually ended up happening in that. I believe that there was a little bit of offensive CC there, just to be able, or excuse me, defensive CC there to be able to let him top off. Mimpoike actually in a little bit of trouble there for a second, but it looks like he's going to be fine. Skitch now taking a whole bunch of damage. He does have the Bark Skin up, as well as that Shield Wall. He's going to get into the offensive clone there, and that's going to negate a whole lot of those defensive cooldowns. But can they follow it up with being able to put some CC into Looney and make sure that he can't top him back off? It looks like no. Skitch is going to be just fine for now.
Yeah, nice Windwalk totem by Looney there, but it's going to get bashed and clone on it. He's not going to be able to benefit from that mobility. A Skitch in a lot of trouble here. His Symbiosis Unending Resolve is just fading, so he's choosing to play very defensively while Zipai is in hot pursuit. Zipai getting full clone. He's going to trinket that immediately, realizing the advantage that he has, but he's completely out of mana. He's going to have to Thunderstorm, getting up to 50,000 mana. As I say that, though, Looney dispelling UA. He's getting Lava Burst. He's taking a lot of damage. Mimpoike, though, in a full Fear. Zipai is completely alone here. He's probably going to have to Sham Rage. Choosing to hold on to that. He gets Typhoon down on the ramp, so he's in the middle of the map. Implique triggering that full NS clone. Shamrage is popped now at around 200,000 HP. He should be all right, but Walrick's also dipping and rotting incredibly hard here at about 400,000 health. A Skitch just coming out of a clone. So Astral Communion being used here. He wants to get into an Eclipse. He wants to keep the pressure rolling, so he's going to hit that Solar Eclipse. He's going to refresh all of his dots. We're going to see some procs flying here very shortly. Implique taking most of the brunt, as well as Zeepai. No Shamanistic Rage available. He gets put into the Solar Beam. Will he be okay? Implique desperately trying to heal him, but he's in the Shadow Fury Fear. He has no trinket available, but it's going to break the damage. A full fear onto Red Hot. He should be all right as a result of that. But a Skitch, he's going to get topped off instantly. Never mind, he's not in any danger at all. Implique dipping to about half HP. Spirit Walker's Grace is blown from Zeepai, though. He wants to get some damage rolling, but he's just so low on mana. I'm not sure if that's playing a factor at all. Red Hot not in any danger just yet, but a full clone onto a Skitch. Zeepai desperately trying to get mana back with that Thunderstorm and LOSing down below. He's got the Fire LA out. It's going to give him a lot of Lava Surge procs. He gets the Iron Bark as well. Implique realizing how much danger Zeepai is in right now. A Hex onto Laguna. It does get decursed, but Looney in a lot of trouble. He might just go down. The Lava Bursts do take him out.
Wow. That caught me completely off guard. Just so much damage all of a sudden onto Looney. Those Lava Burst procs just completely annihilating him. Looks like they're going to keep playing and try and see if they can get the cross kill, but no, a Skitch is going to fall here very momentarily as well. So that was just so much damage onto Looney in such a big hurry. We were only just over 6 minutes into the game at that point when that actually happened, so dampening wasn't a huge factor just yet. It was just a matter of so much incoming damage in such a short amount of time. He just wasn't able to keep himself up through it.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Zeepai landing an amazing cap totem. It was overlapped with a bash, but either way, realizing that Looney was in that position to die, landing the full stun, obviously pushing him over the edge to secure them the win. And we're in possibly the last match of the tournament. The LSD2 Blue Laguna needs to win. They have to win if they want to keep playing. Otherwise, they're out. Obviously, second place is still quite a lot of money.
Yeah. Just to go over that again real quick, because I know I saw a few people asking about it. There is a €900 first place prize for American viewers. That's a little over $1,200 US dollars. And second place is €600, which is still a good amount. It's a little over $800. Still quite a bit of money, but it is about a 300. Well, it is exactly a €300 difference between the two. So obviously, given the option, you'd rather take the extra €300 than not. Both teams should feel pretty happy with it regardless. But I feel like Blue Laguna, like they've played so well through this entire tournament. And now getting into these finals, they have managed to take a map off of Welcome to EU at this point. So they obviously they can beat them. It's just a matter of like, are they able to pull it together right now in this next match? They've only got one match left to well, if they lose this match, then it's going to be the last game. That's it. They're done. Welcome to EU will win if they win this match, but Blue Laguna can take two back.
Yeah, Blue Laguna obviously taking the time to think here. Because it is their last chance. Just waiting for a map decision from them. Again, I don't see any map particularly giving any advantage to them.
Yeah, if I were to give one map an advantage for the LSD2 versus the LSD, it might actually be Tolvaron, but I believe we've already played on that one, so I'm not entirely sure.
They wanted the Grand, but I'm just telling them that they can't replay any maps that have been played without all the maps being played.
Right.
So, okay, so they're gonna go with Tiger's Peak.
Okay.
Quite possibly the last game here. Once again, I'm just gonna be plucking their names into the UI to get this possibly last match started off.
Yeah, Tiger's Peak is also a really good choice for a map, I think. Not so much because it gives them an advantage, but it doesn't put them at a disadvantage either. It keeps it a pretty even playing field between the two, I think. There are a lot more places in this particular setup where a Skitch can make use of like his disengage, the wild charge as the Moonkin form, sending him backwards. So that may be a factor. But honestly, not sure. I feel like it's a pretty even map for both teams.
Yeah, I would agree that I don't think it gives any real advantage and no real disadvantage. Whereas Blade's Edge Arena is actually much more volatile. There's a lot of things that could happen to either team. A thunderstorm into Africa on a fear or something. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that map was Possibly a very risky choice, but the LSD managing to pull it off. They realized they could win on it, and they pulled it off convincingly with that full bash on the Looney towards the end of it. And again, this is the final match of the Pro Game X May 2014 Invitationals. We're going to decide right here and right now whether or not LSD is greater than LSD2. Let's see what they can do. The game is starting here in 3, 2, 1. Let's see if anyone's going to try to push in here and stop a gate. I don't imagine they're going to. An MCS onto a Skitch already. Kind of push. He's going to sack his pet right away. That's why he's doing it. But full dots already onto Zeepai and Walrix. Celestial Alignment being blown here. He has all 3 of his Trents out. A Solar Beam being thrown out as well. There's a lot of damage incoming. Walrix might just go down in the opener here. He's dipping incredibly low, 170,000 HP. He's going to port back with those healing cooldowns, but his Skitch is pursuing very hard here. Unfortunately, he gets Hall of Terror. It's going to break the damage. He's getting that second Starfall rolling. Just an incredible amount of damage. He's going to trinket that Cyclone. He wants to get his pressure going, realizing how much damage is actually coming out from him. A full Hex on the Looney. Skitch needs to dispel that. He does dispel it in time, but a Shadow Fury onto Looney out of that. Barkskin is forced as well. But as I'm saying that, Zeepai dipping incredibly low. He's going to use the Stone Form, but he's going to get cloned on that. A really nice clone there. The Tranquility from Minpoike not going to be able to heal him. And Walrick has no defensives available. He's going to port back, but he's incredibly low. The Star Surges are flying in, 220,000 HP. Walrix is definitely being a bit of a different swap target here. He's dipping incredibly low here. Windwalk Totem coming out from Looney. He needs the mobility. Walrix in that Hell of Terror, unfortunately DR'd. The Heart of the Wild still up for Minpoike, unfortunately in that full fear. Laguna in a full clone on his Demon Soul, so an amazing clone there. Double Shadow Fear onto Looney and a Skitch into the fear as well. A Skitch into the full clone. Looney getting swapped to incredibly hard. Once again on the bash. The Haunt is up. He's going to be okay, though. He's going to Tremor a Skitch out of that. A Skitch also popping Heart of the Wild. Overlapped with Ascendance a bit here. Maybe they're panicking. They just want to stay alive. Either way, not greedy play from the LSD2 at all here. The full dots are out. The Heart of the Wild Calf Arm being blown here. Walrix in a lot of trouble. It still does not have the Dark Regen available.
Yeah, I actually kind of like this choice to go on Walrix. We've seen a few times over this tournament that the teams are just not ready for the damage to go after the Warlock. And it seems to be working out well for them so far. They just need to be able to clinch that final extra little bit of damage and take it home. Walrix still in a lot of trouble, just sort of running around in the open here. He's trying to swap his dots as much as possible. The other thing, though, is that if you force him out of line of sight, he can't keep his dots up as much, and that's going to limit a lot of the spread pressure from this LSD comp. There isn't as much in the way of damage over time effect. There's Flame Shock, but that's about it from the Elemental Shaman. So limiting that will significantly limit the spread pressure that Welcome to EU is able to put out. And you can see that in the health bars right now. Welcome to EU, they keep dipping kind of low. Blue Laguna seems to be doing mostly okay.
Yeah, definitely what you're going to be looking out for is the kill on Looney. Looney definitely, he's going to be dispelling UAs like he is constantly. Every time he does that, he's put into the full bash. He might just go down right now. He has his trinket available. There's no Warlock dots on him, though. MCS out of the bash. Nice CC chain into the Solar Beam. He might just go down. Nature's Guardian is procced. He's going to NS heal himself there with the Battlemaster trinket. Is it enough? As it stands right now, it will be with a full clone onto Zeepai and a full Howl Terror onto Walrix. Minpoike, though, is struggling to keep his team alive at this point in time. Dipping incredibly low here. The Soul of the Force coming out on that Rejuve. He should be able to pick himself up, but Looney is luckily able to hold onto his trinket after that really relentless swap to him. But Walrix fully dotted, Minpoike fully dotted, Zeepai fully dotted, the entire LSD slowly rotting down here. But Looney once again getting swapped to in the Shadow Fury. He might go down. He's going to trinket Nature's Guardian proccing. Is it enough though? 75,000 HP. He gets the link off desperately there at the end. But once again, you've got to be looking for the swap to Looney. Looney's got to reposition a lot here. I feel like he's giving himself a lot to the open. He's got to play a little bit more carefully when these defensive cooldowns are down.
Yeah, and a Skitch actually using a Tranquility there as well to be able to help top him off a bit. Looney still looking in a lot of trouble. He's actually going to gate across. Are they going to follow? No, it doesn't look like they are. No, excuse me. Yeah, excuse me, Walrix over there dealing some damage to him. Looney's still in a whole lot of trouble, just barely outside of that beam. I don't think he's actually silenced from it, but he's under so much other CC. I don't know if it matters. Dipping down to 100,000 health, just barely staying alive at the moment. Just so much damage coming out on him, but he is going to be able to top himself back off again. And it looks like they're trying to swap back over onto Walrix. He's taking a whole bunch of damage. Otherwise, looking like he might be mostly stable for the moment, trying to get a fear out. Does not look like it actually goes out. He's now rooted out here in the opening. But
yeah,
it looks like he's mostly okay.
We're just waiting for that Celestial Alignment to come off cooldown for a Skitch to see that pressure rolling. You can see him getting into Solar Eclipse now, so you can already see the team rotting, the LSD that is. But a double Shadow Fury into Howl of Terror. He gets the Tremor off, but Red Hot in a full Hex. He's not getting decursed at this moment in time. It's going to break to damage. But Zeepai getting put into that full clone, a full fear onto Walrix, really locking them down, but a full clone onto Red Hot on his Demon Soul. Unfortunately, has no way out of that. He's going to get locked down on a lot of his damage as a result. A full fear onto a Skitch as well, so they're doing a good job healing. But let's see how long they can last. A Hex onto Zeepai here. And Poke doesn't want to dispel that. He's fully dotted. He realizes that he could be swapped to if he does. So he's going to have to sit that Hex full. And now a full clone into a Skitch. Demon Soul coming out for Walrix, though I believe he has all of his trinkets up. A lot of damage possibly coming out from him very shortly. But Mimpoike blinking into the middle of the map. He gets NS clone from a Skitch. Will Walrix go down right now? He has the healing cooldowns available, but a full Howl of Terror onto a Skitch should secure his life for now. As I say that, Looney dipping incredibly low. Nature's Guardian is proc. The Battle Master is used. The Healing Tide Totem does go down in MCS as well. He should be okay with that Healing Tide Totem. But again, a Skitch into the full Cyclone. No trinket available. He will not be able to support Looney at this time. We should be moving into dampening here very shortly if we are not already. Yes, 30 seconds into dampening. Zeepai dipping to about half HP here, but there's no crowd control onto Mimpoike just yet. Walrix fully dotted as well, so they're both going to be rotting. Mimpoike dispelling the full dots off of Zeepai there, trying to negate all that dot pressure, but a nice cap totem on Zeepai. He's going to trinket that. He wanted to pursue Looney. He's going to gate after him. Looney's kind of just getting soloed by Zeepai over here. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, but a Shadow Fury does come out. A full clone onto Laguna. He's going to trinket that instantly into another clone. Looney's not out of the woods. He's hexed incredibly low HP here. Can a Skitch save him? Nature's Guardian is up. He's feared as well. 200,000 HP. Will he go down? Ascendance is blown. He should be able to recover back here behind the pillar. At the same time, Mimpoike dispelling UA. He's going to dip incredibly low here as a result. Zeepai as well at about 160,000 HP. The Star Surge procs are coming with his proc trinket from a Skitch. The Unending Resolve being blown. He's going to get that Cyclone off onto Zeepai, so negating a lot of that pressure. But Walrix has a lot of damage rolling as well. The Shamanistic Rage and Tranquility being used by Zeepai and Mimpoike. Really nice coordination between them. They're going to be able to stay alive as a result. Red Hot dipping incredibly low here. Gets feared on his Demon Soul, unfortunately. A Skitch just needs to connect here. He's got his Lunar Eclipse up, so he's doing a lot of damage. Now he's popping that Celestial Alignment, refreshing his Starfall cooldown. Zeepai might just go down as a result. Doomsay's going to Shadow Melt some CC there. He's trying to save Zeepai desperately here. He has his trinket available, but the entire team is rotting. The Star Surges are flying. He's going to trinket that NS clone. He's going to pop the Heart of the Wild for the extra 25% healing. Can he pick his team up? A Skitch is just relentless pushing in here. He's going to have the entire team fully dotted. The healing cooldown's coming from Walrix, a full clone onto a Skitch. He's going to trinket that. Looney in a lot of trouble. The MCS on the Nature's Guardian. He's going to use that stone form into the full bash, so he's going to trinket that into a Howl of Terror. Will he go down? Are the Lava Bursts going to connect? He's going to LOS back here. He's going to spam those healing surges at the last second.
Holy crap. I don't know how these guys are staying alive through all this, just by the skin of their teeth in all this damage coming out. Zeepai actually is getting rooted out here in the open, taking a bunch of damage here. Looks like they're going to try and calm down for a second here and recover a little bit. Still a whole bunch of damage coming out of Skitch going on to Walrix there. Looks like they've gone back to him originally. No, they may have been just doing a little bit of damage there, just trying to spread out as much damage as possible. There is a bunch of damage actually coming in on Walrix now at this point. I feel like they've sort of abandoned the plan of killing Walrix. Maybe not the greatest choice. They seem to be doing okay with that earlier, and it feels like they've lost a lot of momentum as a result of that. But Looney's still taking a whole bunch of damage. He's almost died so many times at this point. Doesn't have a ton in the way of cooldowns available. He will have his Spirit Walkers up soon, as well as a Healing Tide, but that's about it. So we're actually looking to get pretty dangerous here for him relatively soon. His mana is also starting to dip kind of low too. He's at a little under half mana. Mimpoike is still doing just fine.
Skitch into that Cyclone. Looney getting Thunderstorm to the middle of the map. Mimpoike cycloning him now in the middle of the map. They could possibly swap to him, but Zeepai taking a lot of damage here, dipping incredibly low. He's in a Shadow Fury stun as well as Mimpoike. But Demon Soul being used here, I believe, by Walrix. He's going to get his dots rolling, but he gets Howl of Terror instantly. Tremor Totem by Zeepai. Nice Tremor Totem there, but a nice clone onto Laguna. No Tremor Totem available for Looney and Skitch. So they're going to set up on Looney. He's put into the bash. The Solar Beam comes out. Will he die here? Skitch is trying to save him. He gets put into the Hex. The DR Shadow Fury. A full clone onto his sketch. He cannot get out. Looney's in the middle of the map, just getting feared 3 times. Ascendance is popped. So much damage. The Battle Master has used a clone onto Laguna. He should be able to recover back here with that Spirit Walker's Grace, though. His saving grace there at the last second. Once again, Looney's the only possible kill target. It feels like they just want to commit to him. But as I say that, Minpoike taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to Iron Bargain Snarling Ward. He's going to blink back to the opposite side of the map and recover back there. Walrix also taking a lot of damage, picking up that shadow side, so he's going to take up about 5% more damage from that. But again, Minpoike just getting dedicated to right now. He's just dipping into about half HP. He should be all right, though. Looney taking a lot of damage as well. He's going to pop that Ascendance in Stone Form. He should be able to recover, but a full clone onto his Skitch is going to trigger that instantly. He's going to Tremor the Howl of Terror, but he's still incredibly low. He's putting into the Hex. The Nature's Guardian is proccing. He's going to Link. He's going to take no chances. Nice offensive clone onto Zeepai on the Shamanistic Rage, though, in the midst of that. Minpoike also at half HP, though. Will he be able to recover? Dampening is just so high right now. Skitch in that cat form. He's trying to get combo points, I believe, built up. No, he's just going to go back into Moonkin form. The Solar Beam coming out. The Celestial Alignment, like I was saying, will it connect? Double beams. The sky is lighting up with lights. He gets full Cyclone, though, on the Celestial Alignment. A full bash on the Looney. Looney's in a lot of trouble. Will the Lava Burst connect? As I say that, though, the entire LSD is rotting. The Shadow Fury out. The Nature's Guardian coming out. A nice clone onto Zeepai. He has no trinket available. Looney so low, though. A Skitch into the half clone. He's going to trinket the Shadow Fury. DR stun. Will he go down? No link available. 90,000 HP, 80,000, 50,000, 150,000. Will he recover? He's just running for his life, spamming those healing surges. He gets shocked on the healing surge. He's in a lot of trouble here. Full clone onto Walrix, so he might just go down. I think he's going to. Thunderstorm into the middle of the map with an MCS. He's fully dotted. The Lava Bursts are flying. Zeepai getting fear. He's actually going to get put into the Cyclone as well. Oh my god, that heal onto Looney. I have no idea what that was. That was not a Heart of the Wild heal. Walrix, though, now it's going to be swapped around here. Zeepai in a lot of trouble. Walrix in a lot of trouble. So is Minpoike. The Storm Lash showed him coming down from Looney, so there's going to be a lot of damage with that. Demon Soul. Zeepai on the back foot here gets thunderstormed into the middle of the map. He's going to be in danger here. Minpoike just doing an amazing job with that mushroom, keeping his team alive barely here by the skin of his teeth. The Soul of the Force coming out. Is he going to be able to save them, though? Looney now in a lot of trouble. A Skitch and a full clone if the stun is available. Looney, yes, the full bash beam. Once again, the bash beam connecting onto Looney. Will he go down? No, he's going to be okay with that. Nature's Guardian and Battle Master Trinket, the Unleash coming out, but a full clone onto his Skitch. Full Howl of Terror, and a full clone onto Red Hot. He's Looney completely alone, but Dampening is so high at this point, the LSD is just not moving up in HP. They're swapping over to Red Hot. He's acknowledging it right away. He's not going to get caught off guard. He gets the Dark Regen up, but Skitch sitting in that full Cyclone with Starfall. I'm not sure if that was a logical choice. He wants to get the damage rolling, but Looney's in a lot of trouble here. He's Thunderstorm once again to the middle of the map. Is the bash available from Minpoike, though? They really need that stun lock for Looney. The LSD is just under so much pressure right now. They're all dipping below 200,000 HP. Dampening is incredibly high. Heart of the Wild is not available for a very long time. As I say, though, Skitch, he's going to use that Unending Resolve to tank some of the damage here. But both teams just dipping so low. Tremor Totem's available for Looney. Will he be able to recover? Walrix at half HP. Zeepai at half HP. The Star Surges are flying towards Zeepai. He gets put into the Root Solar Beam. Minpoike is going to trigger that clone instantly. The Starfires are just being casted, though. 60,000 HP in the Shadow Ray stun. Will he go down? Doopson dispels the UA. Sham Rage is up. Nature's Guardian is procced. Skitch is just in hot pursuit right now after Zeepai. The Star Surges are flying. He's trying to do his best. Minpoike dipping so low here at 100,000 HP. Will the LSD2 be able to turn it around? Dampening is just so incredibly high right now. I have no idea how Doomsday is keeping Zeepai alive right now. Shamanistic Rage is not available. If they can connect whatsoever, he will go down. A nice clone on him, low HP. Minpoike fully done. However, Skitch dipping incredibly low. Will he get the Ursock off? He gets the Ursock off. Looney completely taps on mana, though. The Demon Soul coming out from Walrix. Will he be able to get some work done here? The Ascendance being popped by Zeepai. Both teams are incredibly low. Red Hot's going to go down, though. 14,000. He's going to go down, but will the cross kill come out from a Skitch? Will he be able to pull it off? I don't think he's going to be able to in that Shadow Fury stun. 100,000 HP. The Ascendance still available. A Skitch is going to go down. Not able to pull that cross kill off, unfortunately. And Minpoike's team successfully pulling off the win here, coming through the losers bracket, winning both best of fives here and taking first place.
Yes, congratulations to Welcome to EU. That is Walrix, Zeepai as Jamie, and Minpoike playing Doomsin there. Congratulations to them for taking the ProGameX May tournament, May/June tournament, and winning that €900 prize. Extremely well played from them, fighting their way up through the lower bracket, finally making it back, beating the team that knocked them down to get into the finals, and then taking down Blue Laguna, who did not lose a single game to anyone else this entire tournament. Just extremely well played from Welcome to EU there. It's just absolutely fantastic. These guys know how to play LSD as well as it possibly can be played. Looney dipping so low at so many points that actually was the last person to actually survive in that last match. I don't know, that one moment where he was like at under 100,000 health for that had to have been like 30 seconds nonstop, and then suddenly topped himself back off. I was feeling it, man. I was feeling the comeback, but looks like Welcome to EU is going to be able to close this thing out.
Yeah, just an amazing game from both teams, able to survive all of those bash beams constantly on cooldown, and just unfortunately dampening getting too high. The lava surge is coming into Red Hot. He had no healing cooldowns available, and he's going to go down. So once again, that's going to decide the winners for us. I think we're going to just talk a little bit about ProGameX before we send you guys off. If you want to finish us off here, Laura.
Yep, for sure. So, real quick, ProGameX, they've done a fantastic job setting up this tournament and making sure we had these guys to watch and actually even see these games to begin with. So many incredible games. So, you guys should definitely go and check out their website, ProGameX.com. You can sign up and you activate WoW on your account. You see this WoW icon up here. Click on that, it brings you to this page, and it shows you a whole bunch of different things you can look at. There's streams, events, news, etc. The one I want to show you guys in particular is the services section here. They have various teams that will come in here and actually do coaching. You actually get to play along with them, and they will teach you how to improve your game in 3v3 arenas. Usually, I believe they actually do other sizes as well from time to time. But these go fast, so you're definitely going to want to keep an eye out for these as soon as they pop up. So thanks again so much to ProGameX for putting on this tournament, as well as Bleachbones, and being able to even just allow us to even see these matches to begin with.
Yeah. Just fantastic games overall. I love the support for the esports community from both ProGameX, Bleachbones, Blizzard Entertainment, and of course everyone watching at home. Thank you guys so much for coming out here. Once again, my name is Supatees. If you want to follow me on Twitter, @Supatees, and I was accompanied by Josh, or Lore, known for being the PvP community manager for Blizzard Entertainment. He did an amazing job here. I had a lot of fun. Just so many exciting games. I really hope you had a good time, Lore.
Oh, absolutely. This was absolutely fantastic, and thank you so much for everything, for setting up all the matches and just handling everything like an absolute pro. It's been fantastic casting alongside you, sir.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna end it here. So many thank yous, because you all deserve it. Thank you so much for tuning in and giving your support to this. It means a lot moving forward, especially into Warlords of Draenor, as well as the BlizzCon Invitationals. Just so much PvP action going on. Constantly check it out. And I hope you guys just have an amazing day. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, peace out, guys. Have fun.
Catch you later.
Tokenomics, the last hand's gonna fall! Tokenomics goes down!